Eva, when couples do decide to go their separate ways and split up, the process, the legal process and the financial process can feel so overwhelming. So what do you advise them? What's the first step that they should take?
The first step that people should take is recognizing that calling a lawyer and going to court isn't their only option. In today's world, there's so many more options in terms of how they may start negotiating these kinds of discussions, and that there are other professionals that maybe they have to do their research with, and that can help them in terms of clarifying some issues for them. So for instance, should they be speaking to a real estate agent to get a sense of what the value of their house is and what that might look like? Maybe they should be speaking to a mortgage broker to see what kind of potential mortgage they might qualify for going forward. There's parenting specialists there that they can be speaking to that will help them talk to their children about separation and divorce and give them some good guidance on that. And obviously working with lawyers that are like-minded, that aren't working towards going to court, but really working in a collaborative way of coming to an agreement that's going to work for both spouses. And then working with a financial specialist as well.
Yeah. One of the biggest financial mistakes I know I've seen is that when they do split up, there's someone who's very attached to the home and they want to keep the home regardless. How do you help them navigate some of those choices? Because sometimes that's not the best decision for them.
It's interesting that happens quite a bit. So the big answer is it depends. Because the answer is not only can they do it from a financial perspective, and can they do it from a financial perspective, not only currently can they manage or taking on the mortgage and so on, but what happens when there's other expenses connected to the house? Do they want to keep the house for the sake of the children, not disrupting the children, keeping them in the same school catchment area or in the same neighborhood where they have support systems? So it's a very complex question to answer. So certainly the work that I do and working with lawyers like Anna Marie is running forecasts and projections to show them the what ifs they keep the house, what if they have to take on a bigger mortgage, what if the roof needs fixing the day after they sign their agreement, all those kinds of things, and showing them the financial implications of all of that. One of the big things that I see in working with clients is not do they need to keep the house, but can they afford to keep the house for a period of time? That might be doable and possible as opposed to keeping it forever. And so then setting priorities. If we really want to keep the house until the kids finish grade school, as an example, what other set-offs, what other sacrifices might we have to make in order to do this? And what might we do in the separation agreement that can allow that to happen?
Yeah, you never think about all the maintenance and the roof being, having to be replaced and all of those things. Anna Marie, what are some of the legal implications that they need to be aware of?
Well, I think it ties a lot into what Eva said, and really the reality of the situation is, can you afford it based on your post-separation financial situation? And there are a lot of different obligations that clients may have, and that's in terms of child support payments, spousal support payments. These might be short-term obligations, they might be long-term obligations. And so working with someone like Eva, where we can actually forecast what your financial future looks like and what kinds of numbers we're looking at, sometimes we're able to put together a short-term situation. So maybe we can keep the house for 2 years and then look at providing some stability for the children short-term, and then moving into something that makes more sense on a long-term basis. But the reality of the situation is there are a lot of moving pieces of this puzzle that we kind of have to put together and really create something that makes sense for the couple and for the children.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time so much. There's so much more we can talk about. We'll have to have you back on another time. But that was Eva Sachs and Anna Marie Musson.